Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at a little slice of camera history, a very obscure camera that you've probably never heard of, and that is the Remington Miniature Camera, made back in the 1940s in Chicago. Now, the story surrounding this camera can get very confusing, and there's conflicting stories that you can research and read about online. And it was actually manufactured in Chicago in the 1940s by the Rolls Manufacturing Company, and they were part of a group of companies called the Chicago Cluster. And there were many companies in that lineup, including Spartus, Monarch, the Chicago Camera Company, and many others. In fact, this camera, the Remington Miniature Camera, was also known as the Buta, and there were 13 other names, and the only thing that was changed on the camera was the faceplate with different names on it. Anyway, let's bypass any other confusing history and go straight into looking at the camera itself. So here it is in all its glory, the Remington Miniature Camera. Now, I think it looks quite a nice little camera actually. And when it came out in the 1940s in Chicago, you'd have to pay $3.50 to get your hands on one of these. Now, if we break that down into what that would cost today, that would be around about 83 US dollars, or in pounds sterling, that would be 40 pounds. I actually paid 30 pounds for this probably about 18 months, 2 years ago, and you don't come across them very often. And there is a couple for sale at the moment, and the one I found, which has its box and a little information sheet with it, that was going for 52 pounds. So you're probably going to have to pay around about that sort of money for it if you want to get your hands on one of these. So let's have a look at the functionality of this camera. It takes 127 vest pocket film, and it produces 1 5/8 by 2.5 inch images, or in metric that's 4 by 6.5 center images, all in the portrait orientation. And you can get 16 images out of your roll of very expensive these days 127 film, and you frame the image through the viewfinder here. As I said, it's very basic, like quite a few other cameras of that era. This lens, I told you that the camera was actually manufactured by the Rolls Camera Manufacturing Company, and this is their lens. It's called a Rolex, and it's a 50mm lens. I can't find any information on what the actual aperture is, but I would guess it's about f8, f11 maybe. Like many of the cameras of this era, you've only got 2 shutter speeds. Well, in fact, 1 really. You've got instant, which I estimate to be about 1/250th of a second. And then you've got time, if I can move it, yeah, time, and you press the shutter, it stays open, and you release it to close the shutter. So let's turn the camera over and we'll open up the back. Now, it's quite a nifty little thing this is. So you've got a button just there, and if we press that, then we can get your nails in there, and whoops, come on, that's it, it's coming. You can open the back like so. And if we look on the inside of the back cover, you can see that it's got Chicago, Illinois there, made in the USA. And here we can confirm that the size of the images are 1 5/8 by 2.5 or 4 by 6.5 centimeters. and it also states, in case you forget, that it uses standard vest pocket film. So on the inside of the camera itself, we can see you've got the viewfinder there, and then you've got the take-up spool, and that is where you put your unexposed film in. And you can see that there is the size of your negative. It's there. So as you can see, it is really simple, just like many of the cameras of that era. Let's just close this up. I've got it the right way around, that is, which I haven't. There we go. And that is the Remington Miniature Camera. Not a very big review, not a long review this. So there we have it, the Remington Miniature Camera. It's, as you can see, it's a very simple camera, and I really like it, to be honest. It's a lovely little slice of camera history, and if you can find one and you like 127 simplistic cameras, then go for it. I was going to put a roll of film through this, but I put the roll of 127 I had through the vest pocket camera with some iffy results, but that is for another video. So I hope you've found this obscure slice of camera history interesting, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. It would really help the growth of the channel, and as I say, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.